If you want to know how and why I found myself in the back of a pickup truck driving across the Rosebud Reservation, well, there is actually first a lot you'd have to learn.
Is that what they do when they're coming out here praying?
Praying like this. Don't look back after they're done. When we all leave together, don't look back.
Don't look back.
After, yeah.
We put them there and we're not going to look back.
Yeah, we put them there, we get done praying. Then when we all leave, don't look back. Yeah, then go to the next one.
You might remember that last summer I took my friend Michael to his first sweat lodge experience, but there was only so much of that I could show you. So today I want to dive into more of the spiritual practices of the Lakota people as I explore the question, what does it mean to seek or practice spirituality in a way that costs you something? The first thing to know is that many cultures and religions have sacred objects, and for the Lakota, the most sacred is the pipe.
This is a chantujuha. It's a heart bag.
A what?
A heart bag. In the Indian language, it means heart bag. So when you put your hand in there to take the pipe out or to fill the pipe, then only the truth is being said. There's no deception or lies when you put your hand in this bag to take the pipe. Okay, this is the philosophy. All of these things have meaning, even the bag. So in the olden days, the old men or old women, when they put the pipe together, once they remove it, they never remove it. They just remove it to put it together, and they put it in here, back in the bag, and all of their tobacco mix is inside of here, and they feel it while they're sitting there talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you or ask you what it is that you want to pray about. Or
This is Harold, by the way, a Lakota spiritual leader or medicine man that is a good friend of mine. And this is Sai, another good friend and a member of the Lakota tribe.
This is Michael's first time in a sweat.
Oh, okay. We're not here to burn nobody out. You're here to pray. And then it's about like an endurance for yourself, And when you go in there, if it's too hot, you just say that the word we always use called Dako Oyase. That's when we are saying all our relations. And then we open the door so he can get some cool breathing. It's not to burn anybody out, but some people do come out and they do come back in, to get ready for it again. They'll do that. But until then, if you can handle that, and that's why you have your collar there or something to cover up, or, and singing helps a lot with all that. So when we're singing, we don't feel so much of that. They call it heat or whatever. It's a steam, really. When you breathe that steam in while we're singing and stuff, and it's good for you.
But going into the sweat lodge was only the first part of the spiritual journey for those that were also headed out on their vision quest, and we were there to assist in this.
What's happening today?
well, these folks all came from wherever they come for their own personal needs for Hamblecha. They have their own
And Hamblecha
personal
means?
vision quest or fasting, and they're all here for their own individual prayer. They're going out on the hill, out on the land.
Okay. And they have to be out there and they get a blanket? And what else?
That's it. Blankets, some sage, but also their instruments and their offering.
Tobacco ties,
cloth offerings, felt, eagle feather, shell, and a bucket and a knife. The bucket represents it has to be new, so that's what they would use to pour the water. You get a dipper. Everything has to be new. So you get a dipper and a bucket. Then also they take a knife, and a lot of people ask, well, what are you going to do with the knife? Just fight off the whatever's out there. But no, it's actually
the coyotes.
it's actually to cut your tobacco. In the old days, they had a cutting board or a moose horn, and then they cut and mix your mixture for the pipe. And all of those play a role in your prayer. Everything has to be the blanket, the buckets, your dip, and your knife, your felt, your cloth.
So when they're up on the hill, is there an area that they have to stay in?
Yeah, there's.
And how is that all marked out?
It's marked out through choke cherry sticks, fresh choke cherry saplings, and they're enclosed by tobacco ties in a small 10x6 area that they have to stay.
You can't leave.
Only to go to the restroom. You can leave the area to go to the bathroom, but you have to stay within the designated.
Behind me, you can see the different items that Harold was referring to that are going to be taken up on the hill for the Vision Quest. The new blanket, there's one there, and one there. And then the choke cherry saplings with the four direction tobacco tie flags that will mark out the place where they have to stay in. And then the brand new bucket and the dipper that he was referring to, sage, those are the items. They're now in sweat to purify before they go out on the hill. And so those are all the items in preparation. Once they come out, then the individuals who go up on the hill, they'll have their heads covered so they won't know where they are, where they're going, how to get back. They have to stay up on the hill. But I won't be able to film the ceremony on the hill. You know, it's just a matter of respect. But I just wanted to show you the items that will be used on the hill.
Watch me good, man.
Put that seat up.
Yeah.
I'm a little chap, you know what I mean?
Gone out on the mountain before or the hill?
Yeah, 4 days. 4 days. But throughout the years of my beginning, I did 1 year at a time. Then I feel like I can do another 2 days. I do that. Every year gradually goes on, so probably mid 30s, and then.
Oh, calm down.
Calm down. Oh. But yeah, mid 30s, I go for the third time, and like that. And then 4 times I can handle, then we'll go for it.
What do you think practicing the traditional ways, how has that benefited your life?
It was tough. It still is in a way, but when you get used to it, it kind of, you don't take a break from it. There's no break on it when you're going to pray these ways. It's all the way through. You kind of don't do it, you don't. So, but when you do these, I benefited a lot from it by praying for what I wanted and struggling at the same time.
I loved what Harold said. Welcome to the hardest way you'll ever pray.
Yes, I believe that. It's true.
The hardest prayer you'll ever pray.
Yes,
Something like that. I
it's
can't
standing on the
remember.
hill.
Yep.
And not too long ago, it was even harder to pray and practice their ceremonies because Native Americans were faced with severe religious persecution.
Ritual that was, as I said earlier, was transformed through the transitional period of from the prairie to the style of living. And then the whole ceremonies went through an evolution of change in order to adapt to how the people live. But also coming through that period of being persecuted for practicing. And you went to jail or got fined for
just doing your
Yeah.
ceremonies.
And the government gave the church authority to persecute,
Isn't that sad?
to go to wherever it was that people were practicing ceremony and to disrupt it and to try to quash it from happening.
So, what are your thoughts? I mean, the First Nations, the indigenous people of this land, and you weren't, and then in America it was like freedom of religion, and yet the indigenous people on the land were forbidden to practice their beliefs. How does that make you feel?
At some point in my life, there was anger and resentment and stuff, but over time, our struggles as Native people or Lakotas on issues like the Black Hills or just land issues that have to do with treaties and things with the government. So for me, that's kind of what I try to do is to educate people in the world that these struggles are still there, and also to educate people about us as a people and our spirituality and our culture. For any reason, I try to make it so that our culture and our spirituality have a positive impact in the world. Also, not basically for the survival of children, and that's of all cultures and nationalities.
Not just your children.
Yeah, I think that all children of the world are important in that way. That's where the beginning of change has to begin. Is with kids, is to be able to show them and teach them positivity and different things that they can make a change in the world.
Oh, my Lakota name is Wambli Wonkin Hukilo Omani. Okay. They gave me that name when I was a young man out there doing the same thing, trying to learn these ways, and then at the same time, help my people out like an Akichita, like an Indian warrior. And for me to get that name from an elder was honorable, and it's in the public eye, like community, so they know who you are, the old ones. So with that name, Wambli Wonkin Hukilo Omani, it means thunder eagle boy who walks with the storm, or the storm walks with him. And that's what I meant. So I could bring the storm, or not bring the storm, you know what I mean? Like gather people together like this, have a sweater.
I come too late for the workshop.
All right, you just finished making this drum.
Yep.
Tell me about it and how you did it. And
Well, it was donated cow. It's a cowhide, and it was female cowhide, and it was donated to a family having a hard time. And through that, they didn't know what to do with that cow, so they asked me to help butcher. So I went to help them butcher cow, and they didn't know what to do with the hide. So I said, I'll make drum.
how did you learn how to do it?
Oh, my grandpa,
Who's your grandpa?
Lorenzo Eagle Road, and Norbert Renning, and some other grandpas down the road. They all have their own styles. They all have their own way. Grandpa Lorenzo, I seen his other drum, how he made it. So I figured I'll try it out. They see it. So that's what I did. And it's made out of a can, like an old school can. Oh, you call it those salt licks or something used for the cattle?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what's in there.
That's what that is. And I carved out the top and got it ready, painted it, drilled the holes. And then when I got ready to come down here, I put the hide in the river for about 3-4 days, so the hair will come out, some of it. And I made a whole bunch of string for it, but Uncle said just use rope. So I tried the rope I have on it now. And I was going to
Do
say
you
is that,
normally, if you didn't have rope, do you normally use sinew or whatever?
no, just
What
the
is it
same
called?
height.
The same
The
height?
same height. What I do is I stretch it out. I make my frame first
Mm-hmm.
for both sides,
Mm-hmm.
whatever design I'm going to use, and then the rest of it I try to make as long as rope as I can with it, without adding on to it. So I got a bundle of it right now, dried out. I was going to use it for it.
So you're going to replace the rope eventually?
Eventually, I probably will whenever it breaks or something. But right now, I have to make it to where I want to hear the beat. You know, like,
Because really and truthfully, every day it's making history. I mean, from the time of the 1860s, 1840s, when the non-native came, all that history, even through from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, there's still history being made all the way up to today that are based on Lakota struggles or spirituality. It's an evolving culture and it's continuously making history every day like we're doing now. It doesn't stop and it'll go on to the next generation. But, I thought that it would end in my generation, that a lot of the things that are in conflict would be settled, but it's moving on to the next thing.
Harold's over there harvesting sage. Sage is it's a sacred plant, considered very sacred for the Lakota. And I'm sure other groups, but especially for the Lakota. I transplanted some of the sage from down here and have it growing in my backyard.
I do.
Mm-hmm. Every time I come to the reservation to practice and pray with my friends, I feel so at peace. The place, the people, the ceremony feel just sacred. And maybe that is just a feeling that is indescribable. Words can't just do it justice. If you've enjoyed diving deeper into this sacred journey with me, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.